哎，法拉，你那个在好莱坞作品中代表华裔美国人形象，对你来说有什么特别的意义？
当然有很特别的意义，因为我觉得文化上我是比较更熟悉，任何的角色我会有自己的投入在里面，然后有自己的一些资料搜集啊，还有会跟导演，因为导演是外国人，所以我觉得自己有这个责任去把这个角色演绎得更立体、更真实、更有创造力，所以我也做了很多功夫去准备这个角色。
Have fun with the movie, enjoy the show. We'll see you afterwards. Thank you so much.
Congratulations to you all on the film. We're so excited to have it here in Toronto. Edward, Mike, you mentioned it was 8 years ago that you first sat down and talked about this project, this film. What resonated to each of you about this story and inspired you to help bring it to the screen?
Mike starts.
I had been talking to Lawrence Osborne, the novelist, about another book. And then I got a job running a film festival in Macau. And Lawrence said, oh, well, you must read my Macau book then. And then I started to spend some time in Macau, and it really is, as you can see, an extraordinary place. I mean, it's kind of Vegas turbocharged, but it's so much more than that. And I thought, God, this is going to be such a cinematic film if we can get it made. And then I took it to Edward.
And what did you think?
It just sparked me. I've never been to Macau, and Mike kept inviting me to the festival, and I said, I can't because I'm shooting a movie that I need to premiere at TIFF. And then I was shooting another movie that I needed to do. So I could never come, and so thank you so much for the invitations, Mike. So I never went until like 3 years ago, until we went on our first scout. But what I saw in the movie, so first of all, I'd been to Hong Kong a bunch of times, and I knew the vibrancy of the place, and I could sort of imagine, but once I was there, I could never have expected such a vibrant, explosive atmosphere that, of course, had to find its way into the movie. But what I really responded to on the page in Rowan's script that we then developed was, just a man trying to become a better man in a world of abundance, which is a difficult thing, when you're lost and empty and trying to find yourself. There's every choice in the world, from lobster to champagne to steaks, and you actually, that's not going to help. He needs to find it within himself, and that's the journey I really wanted to tell.
I'm sure there's different ways into a character, into stepping into that. What was your way into Lord Doyle?
I recommend a green velvet suit. It's very helpful. We do, though, as actors, I think we lean into so many corners of the experience. It's beyond an octagon. There are just tens and tens of corners. It's everyone you work with in the crew. It's Lissy, and it's Heike from makeup, and it's James, and it's Phil Hardy was the focus puller, and it's Danny Bishop who's the camera operator, and having to pull focus on me in this film. I was moving so fast, and so you lean into everyone. Psychology of the character was all on the page from the extraordinary script that Rowan wrote from Lawrence's extraordinary book. So it just screamed out for you always invest yourself fully, but it screamed out for a level of investment that was terrifying for me. I didn't want to get on a plane in Los Angeles, to be honest with you, and I realized how lucky I am to do the job I do. So it wasn't like, oh, I'm tired, I don't want to get on the plane. It was just like, oh fuck, this is going to be tricky, and I don't know where it's going to go. But Edward created such an extraordinary environment on the set, and such a collaborative environment, and it was just about, beating this guy down, or just being open to the many kind of, and it's all of his making, in a way. There's an accountability that I don't think he can ever accept until the end, and the list of that accountability would be really, really, really long. And I assume after the credits roll, he's for the first time ever in a position, perhaps in his life, where he can really look back at things and realize the part that he played in some of the things that may have hurt him. It's that kind of thing. It's not like he goes off and he does amazing things in the world. He's just one man, possibly at the end of the film, who can actually accept accountability for the missteps, the many missteps that he's made in his life. And I found that to be kind of really interesting. And yeah, but the green velvet suit always comes back to the green velvet suit.
Fala, your character exists in this chaotic world, and you know she offers a glimpse of something different, of maybe a potential, of a hope. How did you find her place and her presence within this world?
I don't think I ever found. I'm still looking. I'm still searching because I feel like she's also, like they say, she says in the film, you and I are the same. They're very similar in the way that they're lost in their own way, and then in connecting with him and helping with him was her way of finding her way out, exit. Well, now you've seen the film, no spoiler, but her way out. But I still question over and over, like today watching, like what is real? Like what is enough and what is real? Like what's in this man's madness and creation? Was she part of his imagination and this fever dream, or was she a real ghost that comes with this ghost festival? I still don't know. I really don't know.
Macau is like a character in the film. Can you talk about shooting there, the logistics of shooting within those casinos, and if anyone has any other stories about on location and how that informed the storytelling?
Mike, do you want to start?
I mean, it was very challenging. We were shooting in casinos, and we had relationships with 2 casino groups. A Western film hasn't really shot in Macau before, certainly not on this scale. I think Now You See Me Too did 5 days there, and we had 33 days there, and a lot of it was in the casinos. And they didn't really like us kind of getting in the way of their patrons and their high rollers, basically, who actually could spend more in an evening than our entire budget. So it was challenging. It was challenging, and there's a ton of regulation about shooting on the casino floor. In fact, there's one scene with Colin and Tilda where they're actually on a live gaming floor, and we just sort of had some extras sitting around them, and everybody else was just going about their business. It was incredible.
Well, on behalf of everyone here, I want to thank you for taking us to Macau and bringing us here to Toronto. Thank you so much. Ballad of a Small Player.